Hey all, this is John from Second Chance Composting. How's it going? We're gonna show you where we keep our equipment and how that works. So we park our truck right here. As you can see, there she is. Beautiful. It's empty. Now I'm just ending a long day, so I let this drain out. And I'll show you how the equipment storage works. Now I'll say this: when we first started, we lived in an apartment down a huge hill. We could not park on the hill. We had to walk down the hill. We had to park up in a parking lot above it, walk down the hill, walk up outside steps, and then walk up inside steps. We carried buckets and 35-gallon totes up and down those stairs for months when we first started. So we've been waiting to get this property for this, and it's been amazing. We had most of our equipment one place and then some in another place, but we're able to get this property and we centralize everything. So now all of our equipment is here. We had our big 35-gallon containers, our 35-gallon totes in storage. So they were one place. We had to go pick one up and then bring it to the farmer's market and then clean it and then bring it back there and then go back home. It was all over the place. And we want to look back on that fondly as a time where we were working hard to get where we wanted to be. We're still working towards where we want to be, but we took a big step here. We're able to clean our equipment when we get here with a hose. So we were doing it in the house before. So I was wheeling those 35-gallon containers up and cleaning them in the house. So you can imagine how much work that was just for one, never mind multiple. That's one reason we waited to really get our commercial customers going, because we didn't want to have too many. But now that we're here, we're ready, and you can see how our equipment is going to work. So we park our truck right here. There it is. And then this is where equipment goes. I'll show you. Here we go. So these are the 5-gallon buckets. These are drying. That's why they're sitting here right now. And there's the caps, the tops, the lids, and those are drying as well. That's why they're there. And then we have some lids there. This is all of our equipment for processing it, as far as raking and shoveling and moving it all. We do it by hand still. So, and then there's our water bucket that we fill to clean them on trips. More water buckets if we need them. That's a sign a friend of mine made for us for the farmer's market. There's our hose, and it's winter, so we're getting ready for that. These are two that we just cleaned, so those are sitting drying, and they're up out of the way. We needed to have a path straight back in order to put our ramps. So there's our ramps. We take one with us, but both can be pieced together. So what we do is we back right up, we unhook the tailgate. I'm not going to do it because I just did it, and it's been the end of a long day, and I'm not going to do it again. So we do that, and we pull it out, and we pull it back in here. Okay, so there's our 5-gallon buckets. They'll dry, and then we'll stack them up. And then here's our 35-gallon totes. The ones that we cleaned are drying, and then the other ones are ready to go. So here's something my mom made for us for the pumpkin smash. People would hold it up. And we got this is our tent for farmer's market. This is a bag my aunt gave us in order to carry our equipment to the farmer's market. And there's those. There's a table that we use at the farmer's market. Here we go. Here's our good totes with our logo on them. Now, this is for our schools. We have wood chips. We have, what else we got? Finished compost. We have more finished compost. We have sawdust. Let's focus this. Sawdust. And let me see what we have here lastly. Leaves. So
we have this all ready to go for educational. So we would bring those in different containers and show the kids and faculty and staff how it works. How those things, those leaves, those sawdust, those wood chips become compost. So we show the stages. All right, so let me show you here. And then we got some sawdust here. Yep. Some more sawdust there. We got extra sawdust here. You can never have enough sawdust. This is really fine stuff. This is for people needed it at their house or something to put in their buckets. We'll probably use that next summer when it gets bad. And then we just have bags that we'll eventually need one day. These are some buckets we use for maple syrup. We don't use those for our actual compost business. And drying bags. We save our bags if we can. And then just more collection equipment here. These are buckets that somebody gifted us. He said he had a bunch of them, and I figured I could put them to use. I haven't used them yet, but they will find use, I'm sure. Another bucket. Even if they're not for actual composting, we can use them for, moving material and things like that. And then we have bags in here that we cleaned. So these are all used bags at the farmer's market that had food scraps, and we cleaned the bags after. Instead of buying more bags or wasting them, we just cleaned them out, and we'll reuse them again. We will not use those bags for our commercial customers. We don't want to leave them a bag that they might smell a little bit. So we only use those when we go to the farmer's market, and we're right there with the bag the whole time. So we wouldn't leave those. But yeah, so this is where we house all of our equipment. It's really convenient compared to the way we were doing it. Let me show you here. This is how we sprayed our logo. We had to previous video we had to spray paint over a logo that was on there with blue. So that was our stencil, and then we stencil painted the rest. And these are bags. These are clean as far as there was no food scraps in, but there was leaves in them. So these are good bags we'll use for something else. Don't get rid of them. So that's our collection area. This is where we store everything, and it works really well for us now. We come out the night before pickup day, and we get everything into the truck. And yeah, I will show in another video kind of how we store everything in our truck. But let me leave it at that for this one. And again, please like and subscribe to our videos. We appreciate you watching. And look, we got a little snow coming now. I'm going to get in, take a shower, eat a little lunch. Happy composting. Appreciate you watching. Bye.